Hello and welcome back to The Real Deal. Today is a huge episode. We've got the Europa League Semi Finals against Real Sociedad, or Real San Sebastian as it is in game. And we've got the game against Real Madrid in the league, which basically will decide who wins the title, I reckon. Since you were last here, we once again failed to capitalise on Real Madrid messing up. Real Madrid missed, they got a point. They drew against someone. I can't remember what it was now, but they drew. So we had to beat Vigo. If we beat Vigo, we go ahead of Real Madrid in the table on points. But no. We lose 1-0 to Vigo in one of the worst displays I've seen for a long time. We bounced back from it, though, with a 5-0 win against Seville. So, I mean, I don't understand why in a couple of days we decided to go from really awful to really, really good. Either way, though, we need to get past that. We need to get on to today's games against Real San Sebastian and Real Madrid. Absolutely massive, massive games. And we're starting off, of course, with the first leg of the Europa League Semi Final. This is the team that I'm going to go for in this first leg now. Actually, I may change it slightly because Cucurella and Sanchez are good, but Romero, Sasa Babic has just come back from his injury. And he's actually looking kind of match fit. So we're going to bring Sasa Babic back onto the pitch with Diouf as right back. Thomas Partey, Harbo and Dad starting in the midfield today. Emmanuel Colonu just came back from an injury yesterday. He's on 90% condition and I'd rather rest him up and save him for the Real Madrid game. That's probably slightly more important than the first leg of this, I would say, in terms of our title hopes and things like that. Orsolini also come back into the team for his first game for quite a while. He was out for a little while with injury. And Pelé's been playing quite well. So Pelé sort of kept his role a little bit, but Orsolini's going to come back into it now for this big game against Real San Sebastian with Adzic as his partner on my left-hand side. And of course, Hans Osmanovic, who's now hit 40 goals this season in all competitions, is starting up front. Right then, kickoff is upon us here today. We've got the away leg first, which suits me quite nicely, actually. I like playing away first. It means we can sort of tread the water a little bit. We can get the away goal that we need and things like that. It gives us a little bit less pressure in the second leg if we get the away goals and things like that. So I'm very happy that we seem to have played all our knockout games away from home first. Real San Sebastian, though, Real Sociedad, that is, they've done pretty well this season. They beat us very early on in the season, but then we beat them later on in the season. They've sort of dropped off a little bit towards the end of the season in terms of league form, but clearly they're in the semi-finals of the Europa League for a reason. So it's going to be a tough test today, but I think we should have enough about us to get past them today. As a short free kick comes in from them, and whenever I say it's going to be easy or it's going to be, you know, should be all right, we should do okay, it happened last episode, I'm sure it happened the episode before, it keeps happening, so I'm just going to stop saying things like that. Diouf, though, on the ball into Osmanovic, who gets tackled by Jean-Michael Seri very easily there, I've got to say, and now Real San Sebastian can try and come forward once again. Munoz tries to nod it on, and he nods it on to himself. How has that happened? And Babic has just absolutely left him alone. Burke clears it out, but only as far as Januzaj, who gets on the ball there, back towards Llorente. They're trying to build a little bit more, try and get a few more men forward to flood the box a little bit. Munoz on the ball once again, who started the whole move off, puts it in, cleared only as far as the defender Llorente. Is that his name, Llorente? Have I just read that wrong? Munoz puts it back in, though, and it's 2-0. Okay, this is tough. Let's show some passion, lads, because this is not good enough. This is the semi-final. This is the semi-final of the Europa League. I expect the boys to turn up for this. I fully expect them to turn up. We've got a chance now, though, as Ricardo Orsolini plays it up towards Luka Adzic. He's got a lot of space on that left-hand side. Plays in the middle with him. Hans Osmanovic does put it in the back of the net 33 minutes into the game. We've got one back now, which is good. We've got a long time to get another one back as well. So as long as we don't lose today, I'm happy. Essentially, if we get another goal as well, 2 away goals is very powerful to have. 3 away goals, even more powerful. The more goals we score today, the better it is for our chances. It is just, if they start to win this game, though, and we don't score, or we didn't score, for example, it would be a lot harder in the second leg to get ourselves back into it and things like that. But we may have a chance now as they're passing it around their defence a little bit nervously, although they have managed to clear it out back towards Adnan Januzaj, who's coming forward for them now through the centre of the park. But Thomas Partey gets in the way, only goes as far as Llorente. I was right early with Llorente. I'm not quite sure why I was wrong. Decent tackle there on the striker. Cucurella can clear it up towards Luka Adzic, who does win it ahead of the defender there. Got to go on his own because Hans Osmanovic isn't there. He doesn't need the help, though. Luka Adzic, just before half-time, puts it in the back of the net, brings it back to 2-2, and we are thoroughly back in this tie. Corner now, actually, just before half-time as well. Sancho, Babic has now made it 3-2 just before half-time as well. That is what a response that is, to be fair. We went 2-0 down relatively early on in the game. We had to collect ourselves, find ourselves again, and we seem to have done that by scoring 3 goals right before half-time. And we may get a fourth, actually, now as a counter-attack seems to be on. Osmanovic up towards Luka Adzic. Luka Adzic, who's been so powerful already, in towards Dad, cleared, but only as far as Cucurella. Cucurella can put it straight back in there, back to Luka Adzic, into Hans Osmanovic, who puts it back to Harbo. Harbo with a chance to put it out to Cucurella. What a great position he was in. Orsolini at far post. Shot straight at the goalkeeper there. And we go into half-time 3-2 up, which is very, very nice. 3 away goals as well is really, really important. This could be amazing. Second half seems to be a lot tamer so far, although this highlight is looking pretty good for us. Orsolini finds himself in an awful lot of space, puts his cross in, but unfortunately no one could quite catch up with him. But Dad is now on the ball, got another chance to put the cross in, all the way to Luka Adzic this time, who gets tackled actually on the edge of the area. But that pass was poor. Harbo into Riccardo Orsolini, who punishes that awful, awful pass there from the Real San Sebastian player. It's now 4-2 to us. And we are starting to run away with this game. I mean, the 4 away goals as well, if it stays like this, we can afford to lose by 2 goals. We could lose 3-1 if we wanted to in the next game and still go 3, which is very nice. We are going to make some changes, though, because we do have Real Madrid. I feel like this game is pretty much tidied up. So I do want to make some changes to rest a few players out there for the Real Madrid game. Luka Adzic needs to be rested as well. He's on a yellow card here as well, so I don't want to risk him too much. Dad's also looking a little bit tired out there as well. He's a very important, integral player, but so is Harbo, and he's looking tired. But Harbo will probably come off next game for Colonna. So we'll bring Ramos on for Dad. And then we'll swap Dad and Harbo over. We may make a change at the back, but we may give it a few more minutes before we do that. I think those 2 substitutes are the ones that we need to change. Or maybe we should have made a change earlier on, because Sanchez, by looks of things, he's just got himself sent off. So come on, matey. We can move Thomas Partey back a little bit. That's all right. We could probably move Meza and Orsolini back as well, just to cover a little bit more. We're 4-2 up. We don't need to be on attacking right now, actually. We can go back to more standard. As long as we don't concede now for the rest of the game, I'm very happy. And the final whistle goes with us ending up 4-2 winners here at Real San Sebastian. I mean, this is fantastic. This is a great opportunity. We've got one hand on the place in the final. We just have to do the business next week. And then it looks like we're going to be playing Arsenal because they've just beaten Tottenham 2-0. Hans is only out for 1 to 2 days, which isn't too bad. And Sanchez just misses the 1 game, the next game against Real San Sebastian. So hopefully him helping us get that 4-2 win there isn't going to be too detrimental for us. Now Colonna wants to talk about moving to a bigger club. Apparently. Well, let's ask you first to try and mitigate these issues. Which, of course, I thought it had worked then, but it hasn't worked. Colonna wants to talk to me directly. So let's have a chat with him. He's outgrown Oviedo. And I don't know why he thinks that, because we're about to win the Spanish First Division, potentially, and maybe even a Europa League. Maybe that's the answer there. We're about to win the Europa League. Maybe that's what he means. I'm going to say to him, you're an important part of my plans. I don't want to lose you. What's it going to take to keep you here? The best players all want to play in the best competitions. If you offer me if you offer me assurances that we can qualify for the Champions League, I'll stay at the club. Now, he wants assurances that we're going to qualify for the Champions League next season. I would just like to point out to you at this moment that we already have qualification for the Champions League for next season. We already have it. So, I mean, that's made my job very easy. That has. That's very easy. That's completely fair. I share your ambition. I can assure you that we'll achieve this season. He takes my word for it, and he's now happy to stay at the. Literally 9 minutes after he decided that he wanted us to qualify for the Champions League, he's decided that he's now happy with it because he's suddenly found out. Sometimes this game is just beyond me. I mean, that's worked out in my favour because we've got to keep our star player there, and he's happy. But honestly, how does that even happen? Right then, this is the team selection then for the biggest game of the season. We're going to leave it as it is. We are playing away to Real Madrid. Why can I not? I want to just click on Real Madrid to show you their recent form. That's what I want to do. Now, their recent form, as you can see, it's not very good. In fact, it's been awful, abysmal, apart from that win against Malaga. So I feel like going quite attacking today is something that could work. But then again, this is Real Madrid playing at home in a must-win game. It's usually what they do in must-win games. They win. So I think the only change we're going to make, actually, is Harbo is going to move over with Dad. And then Colonna is going to come on the pitch for Harbo. Dad will stay in that box-to-box midfield position. I don't think there's anyone else that I want to bring on or swap out or anything like that. Actually, we'll put Chris Bannister on the bench. He's slightly better than Nacho if we need to bring another striker on. Other than that, though, I'm happy with that. Look, if any team is going to beat Real Madrid, any Oviedo side is going to beat Real Madrid, it's going to be this team, I reckon. If we win this today, I'm 99% sure we'll go on and win the title. If Real Madrid win it, I'm 99% sure that they'll go on and win the title. So it really is a massive game. Right then, kick-offs upon us here at the Santiago Bernabeu. I'm actually quite nervous of this because I'd love to win a title. I would love to win it. I never thought it'd be well. It's not going to be possible with defending like that, is it? It's not going to be possible with defending like that. However, last game we did go 2-0 down and won it 4-2 in the end. So there's still a long time to go in this game. I'm still pretty confident as the ball towards Handelsman, which isn't quite good enough. It gets cut out there. And now here come Real Madrid. Pogba out towards Asensio. Asensio up to Pascal. I mean, it's such a good team they've got, isn't it, to be fair? And there's Felipe Anderson is through in the middle. He somehow put it over the bar. It was absolutely unmarked there. Just had to just concentrate on putting it past Berke Erza. Somehow didn't. We've gotten away with that one massively, I've got to say. Opening indications of this game really aren't great, I've got to say. As Marco Asensio comes forward again, just cuts... How have they been in such bad form where they've just been doing this to us in the opening 5 minutes of the game? Dad now on the ball, trying to come forward with it. I mean, Hans Osmanovic really out of position there, trying to get on the end of the previous ball. But he's back on the ball now. We know what he can do with it. He's very, very clever. Dad's found some space. His shot is a fantastic shot. And Dad has levelled things up for us, assisted by Emmanuel Colono. 14 minutes into the game, we're back on level terms. And there's a highlight straight from kickoff, which... I never like to see. You hate to see it, unless it's in your favour, of course, then you love to see it. But Theo coming forward up towards Isco. Felipe Anderson is unmarked again. We've not learnt. I've literally told them as well. It's maybe we didn't. Okay, maybe I didn't tell them. But literally, he's been unmarked 3 times in the area. Twice he's punished us. Twice. And Real Madrid are coming forward again. All these highlights, to be fair, are just for Real Madrid, and I don't like it. They've overloaded the box there. Pogba is free. He's got his hat-trick already. In 22 minutes, took him to get a hat-trick. This is honestly really, really poor. Really, really poor. We are most definitely changing things up at half-time. We're going to change formation, I think. I think we need to change a few things out there. Free kick from Madrid on the edge of the area. Dad manages to get it clear, but only as far as himself, actually, which is quite good. Well done, Dad. He puts the ball up towards Orsolini, who just gives up on it straight away. Lack of desire. That I'm not a fan of that. Players, I think, would have chased that down, to be fair. He's got a bit more determination, desire, I think, than old Orsolini has, although he did come from a long way to get it. Theo puts the ball... If Felipe Anderson... I was about to say if Felipe Anderson scores again, I'll be cross. But if anyone scores for them, I'll be cross. And it's Isco this time. He's put it in the back of the net. I mean, do I just change formation now? I feel like this seems to have worked okay in recent games. And we've been down and out of games, up in drawing games. This formation does seem to have worked a little bit. I think Orsolini is going to... We'll leave it on like that for now. We won't take Orsolini off just yet. I won't be too harsh. Thomas Partey on the ball, but now in the central midfield, passes it out towards Colonna, who puts a cross in cleared, but only as far as Thomas Partey again, actually, although he gets tackled by Isco. And of course, it was always going to be a Real Madrid highlight, wasn't it? As Donnarumma now on the ball. Clears it up towards Marco Asensio. We have lost our width now, which is something that we may have to battle with, I've got to say. But if we can keep it strong through the centre of the pitch, attack through the centre, it could work in our favour. As Orsolini gets on the end of that ball there. Adic puts it up towards Hans Osmanovic. Hans, saved by Donnarumma. Could have done a bit more than that, I've got to say. Hans Osmanovic. He's been the worst player on the pitch apparently so far, Hans. I mean, that was awful. That truly was an awful first half. That was absolutely terrible. We performance have been extremely poor out there. I mean, I don't think there's any way getting back into this game. I don't think we're going to get back into it. So we may as well just fast forward to full time and see us lose, I don't know, 7-1. First highlight of the second half then. Looks like it's coming towards us, although, of course, it won't be because Real Madrid get the tackling. Come on the counter-attack. Isco on the ball into Felipe Anderson, who's punished us so much today. Nearly did it again with a speculative effort there. We are going to make some changes out there. And, I mean, Hans has just been poor. He's been really poor today, and you hate to see that. Harbour's going to come on for Thomas Partey in the centre of midfield there, although... We'll leave him as it is for now, I think. Harbour will come on. I reckon they're the two changes that we'll make for now. We'll leave the rest as it is for the rest of the game, probably. I don't know what else changes. There's no one else on the bench, really, that's going to come on and make a massive impact against a team like Real Madrid. So I'm not massively fussed about it. Although Colonna has just won the ball in the midfield there. Get it out towards Harbour. Harbour, the substitute, should come on. I mean, that was a very, very poor pass. And Felipe Anderson coming forward again. This time, Isco on the ball. Isco nearly scores his second of the game. As you can see, actually, the formation change hasn't worked at all. We've had no more particular shots. We'll go back to this, I think, maybe. We'll see what happens. I mean, there's no harm in doing it now, I suppose, is there? Because we're already so far behind. Honestly, I really thought we could win this game. I really thought we'd win this game. We'd go on to win the title as Felipe Anderson nearly gets a fourth goal. Maybe going attacking. Well, obviously going attacking was the wrong thing. But I thought with the form that Real Madrid had been in, and the way we've been playing very well recently, I thought we could do it. But clearly, it's not happened. And I think we're going to have to settle for second place in the league this season once again. Right, well, we'll rest the players for the upcoming cup game. We still got a chance of that, obviously. We still got a very, very good chance of getting to the final, obviously. And when we get to the final, we've also got a very good chance of winning that. 50%, I reckon. You know, probably got a 50% chance of winning it. Also, in this version of the universe, MK Don's managers got sacked. Mario Mandzukic took over the job, the Lincoln City job, but apparently he's already doing so badly, he's already one of the favourites to be sacked, which I think is hilarious. I mean, how has he done? I don't think he's won a single game yet. He's not actually won a single game yet, so I can understand that. Right then, here we are for the second leg, the home leg. So, I mean, hopefully, be slightly more comfortable with the home fans behind us. Aitor Vasquez is going to come on for the suspended Emmanuel Sanchez. I feel like after that loss, we should make some more changes, but I don't think this team gets much better. We will swap Harbe for Daggers. Harbe played very well in the first leg of this tie. Colonna will stay there, Partey will stay there. Maybe we bring players. Orsolini played kind of. You never know what to do, but we will bring players on for Orsolini because Players has done very well this season. He's a really good player and he deserves a chance. And we're 2-0 up, technically speaking, in this already. So let's just give him a try. Right then, kickoff is upon us once again. The final time for this episode and potentially the final time in the Europa League this season, but with a 4-2 advantage. Hopefully it won't be. There is a chance now, though, for us, although we're just giving it away to Adnan Januzaj, and their strike is in behind our defence. His shot, it was a decent shot from distance, to be fair, just wide of the post. Berkey had it covered, I reckon, but it was a powerful, stinging shot. Tottenham also just gone 1-0 against Arsenal, so perhaps the comeback is going to be on there. So, of course, Arsenal won their first leg 2-0, so obviously Spurs have got a mountain to climb. Osmanovic back on the ball then, as we try and make our attack down the centre of the pitch. He just skips past players. Whew, that was a decent shot. That came off the I think it came off the post there, actually. Number one went on the woodwork there. I think that came off the post. So a stinging shot from Osmanovic. That was a superb effort, I've got to say. Now, Babic has apparently just picked up a bruised foot. So we may take him off at half-time, although he is recovering in condition, so maybe not too serious. Spurs just made it 2-0 against Arsenal as well, so it's anyone's game there. Right now, though, we're still 4-2 up as we go into half-time, and at 0-0, we can sit at 0-0 all day. That's absolutely fine by me. In fact, I quite like that. It's a sold-out stadium here to see Oviedo potentially. I think it's been their first ever European. I don't know how many times they've really played in Europe, actually. I know they've not won it, and I know they've not become runners-up in anything either. So this would be their first ever European final. Sold-out stadium to potentially see us get there. And by the looks of things, the clock's still going. We could happen as the youth now with a throw-in in towards Colonna. Colonna, who's got a very good cross and then puts it in towards the back post. Cleared, but only as far as Harbe, and actually does properly get cleared now to their striker. Puts it towards Munoz. Munoz in behind. He's got, to be fair, I thought he'd absolutely mugged Berkey off there, but Berkey made pulled off a fantastic save. We are going to make some changes, though, with 20 minutes or so to go. Babic will come off. Romero is going to replace him out there. And Meza is also going to come on for Luka Adzic as well. And we may bring Jonathan Cano on. In fact, we'll bring him on now. We'll make 3 subs at the same time. All the youngsters that we have, actually that's a lie, Ramos is on the bench still, but most of the youngsters that we've got in the first team are on the... what a free kick that was from Colonna. What a free kick that was from Colonna. It makes it 5-2 on aggregate. It means that Real San Sebastian have to score 4 goals now to win this tie. And in 15 minutes, that's just not happening. Update in the Tottenham game. An Arsenal player has just been sent off as well. So, I mean, this could be the comeback of all comebacks. I mean, imagine being a Tottenham Hotspur fan after being 2-0 down to Arsenal in the first leg. And then potentially coming back to win it 3-2 in the second leg. That'd be incredible. Corner came in for Real San Sebastian now. They have scored. And I'm now getting flashbacks to the Valencia debacle. Let's quickly go off attacking. We don't need to be on that. Standard, please. Flexible, very nice. We don't need to be on that. Let's not get too comfortable. Although another throw-in comes for them. And oh my. It's fine. They've got 30 seconds to score 2 goals. And that won't happen. And Tottenham have just scored a third. Please. Tottenham just scored a 3rd goal. It's all over here. We're in the final. Perfect. We've won it 5. We lost 2-1 on the night, which shouldn't have happened. I think we just switched off at the end, got a bit too carried away. But we win 5-4 on aggregate, so we are safely in the final. And I'm pretty sure I just saw Tottenham go 3-0 up. And they did go 3-0 up in the 86th minute. Tottenham Hotspur have beaten Arsenal. So it's going to be Oviedo v Tottenham in the Europa League final. Tottenham currently sitting 5th, actually, in the Premier League. which I think, I would argue actually that makes us favourites for the final, because we're doing better in La Liga, and they're pretty similar leagues. So I'd argue that kind of makes us favourites, perhaps. Either though, Wednesday the 22nd of May is the final. Where's it being held? The Allianz Stadium. Is this the Bayern Munich? Oh, Italy. Which team? Juventus Stadium. I didn't realise it was called the Allianz Stadium. Well, we're going to Italy then for the final next episode. Are there any games to play in between that? There's 3 games. I didn't realise it was actually that close to the end of the season. So I thought there were a few more games left than that. So what that means is we need Real Madrid to drop 5 points in those 3 games, and then for us to go and win it. So that's going to be tough. Right, this episode is coming out on Friday, and I'm recording it on Thursday. And, okay, I'm away all weekend. So this might not actually come out till Monday, next episode, which is a bit of a shame. Okay, what I reckon is then, I'm going to play these 2 games quickly. I'll edit this video, get it uploaded for tomorrow. I'll play these 2 games, and then I'll record these, and hopefully you should be able to get it out. I should be able to get it out for Saturday, I reckon. But I'll do my utmost to get it out for Saturday. If not, it's going to be Monday. Otherwise, because I won't have any time over the weekend because I'm away. But we can't leave you hanging on this. So I reckon next episode should be out tomorrow. We'll see. Well, thank you very much for watching today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. I certainly have, to an extent, actually, because we did lose to Real Madrid, and that's ruined the title hopes with 3 games to go. And we need them to drop 5 points. It's just not going to happen, is it? But we have got to the final of the Europa League, which is fantastic. So if you have enjoyed today's episode, make sure you do drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I will see you next time for the Europa League Final.